Hey there, happy Wednesday, happy Fed Day everyone. This is Tamir from Fibonaccis-Traders.com with the daily top stocks to watch for Wednesday, November 2nd, FOMC day. Let's get started. We have Hood, Para, CRSP and Etsy are all with earnings coming up today, and also we'll talk about Apple, Tesla and two my favorite sectors at the moment, XLV and XBI. So let's get started. Before we do, please hit the like and subscribe button, will be much appreciated. Let's talk about Hood. We can see that 1150 was a strong resistance. So from strong resistance, always look left, it became a support. At least for the past 2 days, it is a support. Good earnings report will send Hood, in my opinion, towards the 16 area. Bad earnings report, and of course it also depends on the FOMC rate decision, can send Hood below this trend line back towards 830 and even towards 770. Follow price and use the levels to manage the risk. Next is Paramount Global. We have here some kind of a potential double bottom. If we take this one here, another arrow here, just to identify the potential double bottom, we should wait for validation above the 20.14 area. Good earnings report will send it above it, first closing the gap over here at 2090, and then we might go all the way to this resistance here. We can see that the 2380 level is a very strong support, so by natural price action it will become a very strong resistance to the upside. Bad earnings report, decision rate will be not as expected by market, and we can see Paramount going all the way to 1530 and maybe even 1160. Next we have CRSP, also with earnings coming up today. We have May 22 low, we can identify it like this, and then we can identify this low here from October. It is a higher low, but in the long term, also in the shorter term, it's still a very steep downtrend. But good earnings above expectation can send CRSP checking, retesting this downtrend line over here. We can also take a line here, and we can see that price might go bouncing up and down until a break to either side will appear. Bad earnings report, FOMC decision, rate decision, and follow price to the downside. And yes, we can hit also 33 area, which was COVID lows. Next on the list is Etsy. If we see here some kind of a cup and handle, and again, I'm not fond of patterns because patterns usually don't validate. The only thing that validates is price action and how price reacts to support, resistance and trend lines. This is how we trade at Fibonacci-Traders.com. Link for our Discord will be in the description below, so check it out. Most of the channels there are free. Etsy cup downtrend channel here, and again, if we take Fibonacci to the downside, let's see here why it's empty. We take Fibonacci in case of rate decision above 75 points, bad earnings report. These are the levels to the downside that I will watch, and to the upside we can take the same thing, swing low, swing high, and then we will have a breakout above this channel. If earnings will be as expected or beating expectation, rate decision 75 points or below, Etsy will start its way up towards 123 area and maybe even above to 142, but we follow price and using Fibonacci levels to manage the risk either side, to the downside or to the upside. Next is Apple, because Apple is the market and the market is Apple, and we have June's low, then we have October lows, we have validate a higher low, and now we need to see what will be the result and how price action will act and respond to the Fed's decisions. We have the support and resistance levels to the upside. Also, we have support resistance to the downside. In case rate decision will be higher than expected by the market, we will go and see 140 and even 130 to the downside. Rate decision will be 75 points or even 50 points. We can see a bull run in Apple, and this will pull all the market together to the upside, testing the 175 and maybe even all-time highs in January of 22. Tesla is next. Finally, Twitter and Musk deal is over, so now we might see money coming in back to Tesla. We do have here over the 206, we have a double bottom potential, struggling to break up and above the 237 area. If we look left, 237 area is a strong support and resistance throughout May and June of 22. Also, it was here the big drop back in February, so 237 is the level to look at for the upside. Breaking above, rate decision and everything we talked about, Tesla could go all the way, closing the gap over here. Bad decision from the FOMC. Not bad decision, but not as expected by the market, and Tesla will go retest 207 and maybe even 190 to the downside. Now let's talk about two sectors that in my opinion are showing relative strength to the other sectors. The first one is the XLV. XLV, nice bounce from the 120, now hovering above the 132. This 132, as we can see if we look left, is a major level of support and resistance, managing to close above it for the past 3 days, and I'm expecting uptrend continuation towards this gap here, as at first 138, 137, and again, if rate will be as expected, we can see XLV all the way to 145. Again, follow price action, candlestick analysis. We have the Fibonacci levels as support and resistance. This is all we need. XBI is next. The biotech ETF basically bouncing between 82 and 84.4. Again, if we look left, always look left. This is how we do. This is the only way to figure out major support and resistance for the price action. We look left and we see that this area here, we can also do like this one, and we see that this area price is hovering above or below it. It's a major support resistance area, this 82 to 84 area, breaking up and above, and we can see testing these highs of August 94. All depends, of course, on the Fed decision for rate. If you're looking for a swing Simple swing strategy, especially for beginners. If you're struggling to grow and scale your account, check the links that will pop just about now and in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the opening bell.